So today we're here to talk about dementia, which is something that seems to affect a lot of us, mostly older people and sometimes unfortunately younger people. I just wanted to share with you my experience in Alzheimer's and dementia. My gran suffered from it, so much so that they don't always recognise the people to them closest, family and friends, and they get really confused, which is the most sad part of it. They don't know whether they've had lunch, they don't know who they've seen, and then they start to forget people's names and faces. So you just see a progressive, sometimes rapid, sometimes a little slower, but basically they just go downhill quite quickly. And it's really sad to see, because they're just not the same person that they were, and they become really frustrated and they don't know how to deal with it, and they don't really know what's going on. So I would say, as we are all humans and we will all get older, there's a really high percentage that it could happen to me or yourselves. So we're trying to find a way to deal with it and manage that and train people. Sadly, my grandma, the last person that is my grandparent, now left, she seems to be deteriorating as well and getting dementia. She's doing very well at 91, but she forgets very quickly. She'll ask a question and then repeat. It's almost like they revert to childhood, and you ask lots of questions and they don't remember always. So you just have to be supportive as much as you can, and I think the key is patience and trying to find memories that made them happy. A really positive way of how we can handle this and moving forward and help them feel better about themselves is actually through dance and music, which is very interactive and fun, and they just lose sight of any stresses or strains or worries temporarily, and probably can relate that to their either childhood or young life that they can recall. It's just interactive, and they can smile and dance, and movement. Generally, exercise is really helpful, so if we can get them involved in that and be a part of that, it's great for ourselves, it's inspiring for them, and it would just make a massive difference. Thank you.
Together, the Great Yarmouth Dementia Action Alliance, we're all volunteers, and we just said, well, it's our first anniversary, we need a little party. And I haven't really invited anyone here, so you've all kind of come to us and got together, so it's fantastic that you're all here, really appreciate it.
Hi everyone, a bit overwhelmed today. Obviously, the reason why I chose to support this was because it's personal. 3.5 years ago, I lost my nanny to Alzheimer's, so I think that obviously firsthand I was her carer as well as my mum. So I didn't expect to come in and hear the song.
Dementia is what we call an umbrella diagnosis, so it covers a whole range of different conditions. The one that most people know about is, of course, Alzheimer's disease, and that's the most common. But after that, we have vascular dementia, dementia associated with Parkinson's disease, Lewy body dementia, dementia from head injuries, dementia from alcohol. The numbers of dementias go on, and of course it's not uncommon for people to have more than one of those illnesses all coexisting at the same time. So it can be quite hard to separate.
Event. What do you think?
It's absolutely amazing. I wish these sorts of things were around when my mum was diagnosed with dementia, probably about 15 years ago. Sadly, like yourself, she passed away 3 years ago. And when it first was diagnosed, I didn't have any sport at all. I didn't have any children, brothers and sisters. I just had a lot. As the time went on, you start to realise, mainly through word of mouth, I never came to anything like this, you start to realise there is help out there, and you begin to then sort of tap into that. And I think little things.
It's with great pleasure that we cut this cake today and launch the dementia here.
Big round of applause, everyone. Thank you very much.
My name is Kim and I work for the Central England Cooperative. I'm really proud to work with community events like this. We've had a long history of working with local communities like Mandalay as well.
Centre 81, we have two organisations. We've got the door-to-door community transport, and we work with the memory groups, different groups, independent matters, taking people with dementia to different groups throughout the week.
Emma, how are you affected and connected by dementia here today?
Okay, so obviously from a personal point of view, my nanny had dementia and passed away 3.5 years ago with Alzheimer's. So being involved is something that I was really passionate and keen about. Obviously, it was within the client base as well. That's opened up so many avenues, and so many people now feel that they can now speak about it and ask questions. And because we're now dementia friends, that is made everyone more aware of it, raised so much more awareness. And it's just great to support something so local and that is affected and everyone needs to know more about. So
dementia, but ultimately our aim and my role in the chairman capacity is that us as a group and an organisation in the town is spreading the word of dementia. By the way we do that is we do the Dementia Friends sessions. So all the people who are at the event today, hopefully we will have them signed up if they haven't already done the sessions to make their companies more dementia friendly, and ultimately the aim is that we will work to make Great Yarmouth a more dementia friendly community.
Well, it started about 1.5 years ago. I was diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia, and I had problems, some behavioural and memory problems. So I asked my doctor and she got me in touch with somebody from Northgate Hospital who assessed me, and I failed the assessment. I then had a brain scan and they found like 2 shrinkages at the front of my brain, and I was diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia. And of course, at first, the frontal temporal bit registers nothing, but as soon as they mention dementia, it's like you think of senile dementia and things like that. But as I say, it's like you just tell yourself you got to live with it, ain't you? It's no good sitting at home crying every minute and saying to yourself, why me? Because it happens. There's people a lot worse than me. People don't even know their loved ones. People can't even remember, and they think they're still a child and all that. So I'm grateful that the way I am, that I can at least get out and do things, you know.
Yes, I was invited here to cut the cake for them today, which is celebrating the anniversary of the opening of this room here, which has become quite successful. But they've now opened it up to anyone with dementia and anyone who's a carer of someone with dementia. So I was extremely pleased to be able to come and support it today. I believe we've heard quite moving stories from some of the people here. I am so glad that nowadays there is so much more support than we had at the time. And although I'm very grateful to our GP at the time, he was the only person who was available for help. Now, looking around this room, we have so many different people who are willing to help in all walks of life, in the banks, in the nursing homes, wherever.
The Great Yarmouth Dementia Action Alliance is a voluntary organisation that provides free sessions to people in groups and in businesses, so they could then help people who are living with dementia, and they can become our dementia friends. In order to book your free session, please do get in touch. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Sheldon. If you'd like to become a dementia friend, then please contact Great Yarmouth Dementia Action Alliance to arrange free training for your group or your business.